Hey, welcome back into today's video. We have a Mumpky Jones update. 6ix9ine's mother has been threatened. Looks like a lot of YouTubers are going to use some subscribers, and a little bit about Eugenia Cooney. Is that all of it? I think so. So if you're unfamiliar with the situation between Mumpky Jones and YouTube, basically he had a lot of false flags. YouTube took down 2 of his channels at the same time, put him in a really tough spot, and here's the update.
My 2 YouTube channels that were deleted are not going to come back. I've spent the last few days in close contact with Keemstar and a trusted flagger on Twitter. And this morning they both had bad news for me. Keemstar was in contact with his people at YouTube, and they said, yeah, we're not gonna give those channels back. They were rightfully terminated. The trusted flagger, who is a professional, an expert in community guideline strikes and copyright and all of that stuff, he watched the videos that got taken down, and he said, oh yeah, these were wrongly taken down. This is not hate speech. This does not promote violence. I'm gonna, talk to my people and get this fixed. But they came back to him and said, no, we're keeping it down. So it seems clear to me that this is like a hit job, specifically by YouTube against me. The fact that 2 of my channels received, I got 6 strikes in a single day. Even on videos that were private with 0 views, it seems like YouTube was going out of their way to target me specifically, and I really don't know why. I guess they just want to clean up their platform. And
You heard it here. There's a YouTube culling right now, and it seems like they want to clean up the platform and get rid of any controversial or edgy YouTubers at all. So be careful. It doesn't appear that all is as it seems. And if you guys are wanting to know more about this, I will link yesterday's video about this in the description below. And in other news, looks like there's some evidence that is not going to be shown to the public with the 6ix9ine case. It says nearly every day since the mid-November arrest of 6ix9ine and his co-defendants, new information about the case has made its way to the press. Some of the details, like TMZ photos that appear to link the rapper and armed robberies in Brooklyn, directly involve evidence in the case itself. The daily updates might be slowing down soon. According to the court documents obtained by Complex, federal prosecutors took a major step to keep certain evidence from going public during the discovery process by issuing a protective order this week. Now what this means is that any condemning evidence, we're not going to be able to see it. And what I'm going to try to do is, you guys know I've been keeping you up to date on this, so if you're new here, subscribe with notifications turned on, because we're going to follow this all the way to the end. But it looks like they put a protective order on it. We're not going to see as much evidence, but I'm going to obtain those court documents so we can see updates in real time, at least from a legal standpoint. The protective order dated November 11th and approved by Judge Paul, that's a hard name, lays out how making certain types of evidence public would have 4 negative effects. First of all, it would affect the privacy and confidentiality of the individuals, which is quite possibly a reference to the already acknowledged confidential informant. Second, it would damage the government's investigation into the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods. The order's exact language is that information, if leaked, would impede the government's ongoing investigation and uncharged individuals. Third, there would be a publicity before the trial that might prejudice potential jurors. The fourth, the defendants simply aren't allowed to make some of this stuff public. So basically, there's some ongoing investigations. The 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods are watching the news, and they don't want to update everybody about it. So I can see where they're coming from, but I know that you guys have your own opinions about this, so let me know below. And in other news, I seen this yesterday in a Keemstar tweet that said, remember this tweet, this action YouTube will cause PewDiePie to get beaten by T-Series. It says, heads up creators, on December 13th and 14th, you may see a noticeable decrease in your sub count as we remove spam subscriptions. If spam is removed, you'll see YouTube Studio alert. Now, me personally, I haven't seen a drop at all, really, but I have noticed in the YouTube Studio application, which I watch the YouTube Studio application analytics, and then I watch the regular YouTube application. There's always a slight difference, but it's how I can make sure I know what my subscriber count is for real. YouTube Studio Analytics is about 100 less than it's showing publicly, so I'm thinking that if I did lose any subscribers, it's about 100, which that's okay with me, because we've been growing stronger so quickly that we're probably going to have closer to 50,000 by the end of the year in subscribers, and that's a thing that I'm really proud of. But the article goes on to say YouTube is on a massive sweep of spam accounts, and the company is alerting creators that they may see a noticeable decrease in their subscriber counts as the cleanup is conducted. Here's a quote by YouTube saying, "We regularly verify the legitimacy of accounts and actions on our YouTube channel." I think the worst hit's going to be to smaller channels, where it says channels that had high percentage of spam and fall below 1,000 subscribers will no longer meet the minimum requirement of YPP, YouTuber Partner Program, meaning that they will not be able to monetize their videos, and it's just making it difficult for the smaller YouTubers. And that's another thing that I've noticed, is that it seems like in 2018 YouTube decided that they've had enough creators and they wanted to make it difficult for anybody new to come in and start becoming a creator. And I know this is really difficult. If you were affected by this when they first started to do this, I would like to hear from you. If you want to tweet me out, email me, repkings@live.com. Any way you want to get a hold of me, it's easiest for you. I think it's gonna suck really bad if this causes PewDiePie to be under subscribers in T-Series, just because everybody's been working so hard as a community effort. It's kind of like YouTube does all these things that are against community and making the community feel just really low in morale, and they keep on doing this, because we saw with the YouTube Rewind and how bad that was, but that's another thing. Lastly, in the news, had a small oversight in the Eugenia Cooney investigations, if you want to call it that. I seen that on, she was in the Anthem of the Judge. We talked about it. If you guys haven't seen my video on her, I'll put it in the description below. It's a really good video. She says, and this is somebody that has spent time with Eugenia Cooney, and she says, as someone who has struggled with the eating disorder, and that right there, if anybody had any doubts, I know how important love, care, and inclusivity can be when you're in a dark place. I wanted to include Eugenia in YouTube community instead of pushing her away. This is an all-inclusive anthem meant to lift people up and give them confidence, no matter where someone is in their personal journey. The answer is never fear, isolation, and judgment. I thought this is a good opportunity to show Eugenia love and support, and did not intend to glamorize eating disorders. Regardless of where Eugenia is in her personal journey, I choose to celebrate all of her positive qualities and all of her kindness. I'm proud of this song and the message, and I'm incredibly sorry if anyone felt triggered by the video. If you are struggling with an eating disorder, I encourage you to reach out to the National Eating Disorder Hotline, and it provides 800-931-2237. I encourage you to reach out to that number and get some help. But this to me just shows, from somebody that has spent some time and knows her on a more personal note than the most of us would, she knows that that Eugenia Cooney is struggling with some things. I mean, we already knew. I talked about it in my last video. The community response is that the comment with the most likes or upvotes, if you will, says, "What? You're not helping her with S in the long run, especially when she refuses to get help. Sure, she gets judged but most people are concerned for her well-being and her impact on younger girls and social media." And I do truly feel the same way, and I know that you have your own unique perspectives on this, so let me know below. Because as interesting as this is, there's always something that's more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think, so why don't you go ahead and leave your creative and interesting responses in the comment box below. Just like as always, brothers and sisters, I will see you in the next video. I mean, I can see that. I got compassion for Eugenia. I think out of all today's stories today, the thing that really gets me is YouTube is really making it difficult for everyone with the I don't want to call them violations against the community with everything. They seem so disconnected with everything. What they've done to Monkey Jones, what they're doing, and if they cause PewDiePie to lose to T-Series, I don't. That's the what is it? The straw that broke the camel's back. How do you say it? I don't know, but I know that you're repping. If you're not repping, you're Greg. And how do you become a member of the Rep Squad? All you gotta do is subscribe and notifications turned on, be in the comment section for every single video, because I'm gonna be there, Greg the Cat's gonna be there, and the rest of the Rep Squad community as well. And I expect to see you there too, because this channel loves you.